Welcome back to Commentary. I am Ari and we are playing some more Our Life. Let's see what Cove and I are up to today. Okay, let's go. At the breakfast table, the next morning you finished your food faster than usual. Your sister Lizzie had run out earlier to go play, but you'd stay put. Today, just like your moms had promised, Cove was coming over to hang out. Please let me have video games. Excited to see your new friend again, Ari? Yeah, I am.
How sweet.
I'm so happy he moved in.
Okay.
With that said, are you done with your breakfast? Yeah. With all the exasperation an 8-year-old can muster, you looked at your empty cereal bowl, then at Mom.
Okay.
Okay, aptitude kid, we see. Good job. He should be here soon. Cleanup began, and then, on cue, there was a knock. It was hesitant, like the person wasn't sure they were in the right place. Still loud enough, though. We need to get a more obvious doorbell. I know. Ari, could you get it? Wiggling out of your chair, without really pushing it back, you made your way to the door. That's so adorable. Hey, VideoGameGirl family. Thanks for having us. Mr. Holden, as your moms have called him, mams. I mean, not wrong. Have called him, and his son were here. Cove looked different in the bright light of your living room, and when he wasn't crying. Oh yeah, he looks still annoyed that he's here, but I hope I can make his time worthwhile. With his dad standing in front of him and Mom and Mommy behind you, you and Cove looked at each other. Pleased to see your new friend again, you smiled at Cove. He smirked back with some hesitation. You twisted the thread bracelet on your wrist. You twisted the crystal bead bracelet on your wrist. Okay, so I have a bracelet on my wrist in any case, but what kind of? Shells, flower bead, crystal bead, threaded. Actually, as a child, I threaded bracelets. Let's go play in my room.
Okay. Take care.
You sound excited, Cove. Let us get to, let us know if you need anything, you two. Have fun, kids!
See you.
You led him to your room, puffing out your chest a little bit at the sight of your treasures. There were lots of stuffed animals, a cool bed, a window to look out. It was a great room. You hadn't had anyone to show it to in a while, but you were really proud of it. He leaned in a little closer to one of your drawings on the wall. I like this. I drew that. Cool. You smiled at him. You were proud of that particular piece of art, and you were glad he noticed it. I actually stopped drawing when I was like at the end of elementary school, so took up writing instead. You turned to look around the room a little more, studying the books on your desk and the pictures on the walls. Yeah, I hope he likes my room. You had put a lot of effort into making your room as nice as it was. You hoped he didn't say anything bad about it. Then his eyes landed on the tiny box of beach things you've collected, tucked away by your door. He took a step towards it before hesitating and pointing at it instead. What's that? A hoard of stuff I found on the beach.
Oh.
You have any driftwood in there? Dragging the box out of into the middle of the room, you and Cove flopped down next to it. I think so, yeah, see? You gestured to a piece at the bottom, still covered with specks of sand.
Neat.
This is a good collection. You got the sense from his tone, from the tone of his voice, that he wasn't just saying it to be nice, or to be like Shiloh. He actually meant it. Oh right, I almost forgot. Shiloh's gonna be here today. Shiloh? Lizzie's friend, or like her #1 fan, I guess? We'll have to see him. Should be okay. I mean, he's Lizzie's friend, not mine. But you know. Come on. Check out my shells some more. I found this one under a big piece of seaweed that had washed ashore and... You pulled out seashell after seashell, explaining where you'd gotten each one and holding them up against the light. Yeah, he's a bit overwhelmed, but I guess endeared maybe. There were big ones, small ones, pink, purple, and orange. Most of them you washed off in the bathroom sink when you brought them home, cleaning off the sand. Over the past few years, you'd been learning some of their scientific names. I actually had a rock collection. The collection was so huge and varied that you had lots of fun stories to tell for all of them. Your voice faltered a little bit, but you kept going as best as you could. Actually, this one. You had a whole picture book dedicated, yeah, that sounds like me, to different shelves in sea life. You'd learn a lot by flipping through its pages. Apparently fascinated, either by the stories or by the shells themselves, Cove listened with what looked like the full force of his attention. It was a new experience to be the center of such dedicated focus. Yeah, we're gonna get along great. But Cove hadn't been mean to you, so you didn't mind. You smiled at him every now and then while showing him your collection. Kids, come down to the living room. You could tell the idea was making him unhappy, but Mommy wasn't giving you much of a chance to hang around. Cove hadn't been like this meeting you. You guessed it was because he thinks you found each other by accident, not that a parent made it happen, but I did tell him that I met his dad. Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove's dad, Mr. Holden must be right that telling Cove his dad was part of it would be a bad idea. Well, before you knew it, you'd both been escorted downstairs and deposited in the living room, ready for Shiloh's visit. The two of you sat side by side on the floor of your mom's home entryway. I brought the box of shells. I want to keep looking at them. Okay, but be careful. I will. You weren't sure if you could trust someone else with your treasures yet, so you stayed next to him. Yeah, while he opened the lid and peered inside. I would definitely have done that as a kid. Cove reached in and pulled out a big orange shell. Oh. Like he hadn't spoken out yet, he turned to you and held it up, his eyes shining. He wants to have it, right? Actually, I would give it to him. I think that's the one. That one is the best of them. Orange, huh? Orange. I don't know. Orange shells. Should I Google orange shells? Let me just look at some. Let's have some fun here. How you compare it to the ones that I know. How about that? Oh, I know these. I had a few of them. I don't know. I don't find them that pretty. Let me see. Actually, I think I have another one that I would have called my favorite seashell as a child. I like a different one best. I can show it to you. You reached into the box to take out the one you preferred. Cove looked on with interest. The two of you were still sitting on the floor looking through your collection of beach findings when the doorbell finally rang. Cove jumped, startled by the sound. Since the person hadn't knocked, you figured it was probably Shiloh. He knew where to look for that. Lizzie's friend. You nodded, but that didn't seem to make Cove feel better. It was already obvious that Cove didn't hide his feelings well. You could tell what he was thinking right away. Yeah. This isn't a good idea. We'll be alright. He's here. We can't tell him to leave. He's at our only door, and if you go upstairs, he'll find you. Cove glanced around the room, his eyes wide, and finally paused with his gaze locked onto the back of the house. I can go out the window. He was already walking towards it. Scrambling to think of something to say, you stepped forward, then paused. Oh, do you want to break your other arm? No, no, no. But Shiloh is the least scary person alive. Cheer up, Shiloh's gonna like you. I don't know that. I don't know Shiloh. Please don't get hurt. That's kind of rude. I would say cheer up, Shiloh's gonna like you. I'm not so sure about that. I'm gonna say this. Shiloh's the least scary person alive. Every single bunny rabbit is scarier than Shiloh. But I don't want to see him. I don't know him. I encouraged him. Hey, if you do have a hard time with him, I'll tell him to leave. Is that okay? Okay. Shiloh poked his head in the living room. It was impossible to know for sure if he'd heard what you had been saying or not, but you guessed that he had.
Hi!
Hi, Ari. And hi, Cove? Cove shot you an uneasy glance.
Hi.
Okay, so he's a young boy. I thought he was an older boy. I'm Shiloh, it's nice to meet you. Yeah. You have a lot of freckles. Right, I do. What are you guys doing? We're looking at seashells.
Can I do it too?
Cove shrugged, then looked back at your box of beach findings. What about that one? Okay, so now, where's my sister? Why is my sister not hanging out with her friend? The plan for the afternoon, at least as far as you were concerned, was to sit and look at beach things some more. You weren't really in the mood to do much of anything else, especially if Cove was having fun. Exactly. Such a people pleaser. Hey, check out the scallop shell I found. Cool, right? It's a pretty color, and kinda like my cast. The beautiful glittering pink did look a little bit like the wrap around his arm.
Pink is such a nice color.
Okay.
Oh? Is it your favorite?
Not really.
What is it?
Maybe green or blue. It might be red, yellow.
Oh, all of those are cool.
I guess.
Oh my god, those two do not get along. What would I have done as a child? Let me think.
2 hours later.
I mean, I did like yellow as a child, but I think I would have been awkward about this. I was pretty perceptive, but I didn't always have the tools to fix things yet. Not sure how to deal with the suddenly more awkward silence, you looked back at your shells. Oh my god, my controller fell down. Ah! Don't skip anything. Wait, did I go back? Like usual, it didn't take long for Shiloh to get fidgety. Lizzie was his favorite. Without her around, Shiloh didn't seem to know what to do with himself. And Cove wasn't like your sister. He wasn't that much like you either.
Is Lizzie coming back?
I don't know.
Where'd she go? I think she's at the beach, probably. Oh, is she playing at her park?
Cove's eyes lit up at the mention of park, and he looked towards you.
Ah.
There's a park?
Yeah, but it's old.
Can you show me? I wanna go. He started getting up before you had even answered, and Shiloh jumped up beside him in excitement.
Really? You do too, right, Ari? The park is fun.
I mean, the park's pretty great.
Yeah, it's right at the beach, so there's lots of fun stuff to do, and lots of sand.
It has a jungle gym and a bunch of swings. That sounds like it could be cool.
So, are we going to find Lizzie?
I don't know. I never really wanted to see her. I just wanted to check the park out. Adrift without any direction, Shiloh finally turned to you. Okay. He perked up. Both boys wanted to go. It was only fair. After getting permission from your moms, the three of you were ready to head out. It was a short walk to the park. Lizzie had convinced your mom that it was so short she could always be allowed to walk there by herself. When you found her, she was hanging in the jungle gym, swinging back and forth.
Hey, Lizzie!
Her face lit up when she saw you, her big brown eyes going wide.
Ari! Shiloh! Hi!
She dropped to the ground and landed with a soft thud in the sand. In a split second, Shiloh had abandoned you two and scrambled over to stand by her. You were used to being left out when it was just the three of you, but now Cove was here. You wondered if he would leave too.
Who's that? It's Cove. He's new.
Hi.
I remember. Hi, Cove. Welcome to my park. Nobody ever comes to play here, so this is where we get together.
She gestured widely with her arms as if to present the area to the newcomer. She has the traits, like the budding traits of someone being really entitled and annoying. While Lizzie continued talking, you took the chance to kick off your shoes and wiggle your toes throughout the warm sand.
Nice, huh? In this neighborhood, I'm the one who comes up with the ideas.
What? Not when I'm around. You are?
Uh-huh.
Yes, I am. Who else could handle the job? Lizzie is the oldest. By a lot. My mom said you're Ari's age.
Yeah.
Thought so. I'm still the only one in this group with double digits.
What about other kids?
Other kids?
Wait,
Other kids? There aren't any. We're the only kids here, and Shadow's just visiting from another place. Not even tourists really bring their kids here. This is the land of ancients. Be careful that the oldies don't try to steal your youth.
Oh.
for a second it looked like he might cry again. But something in his eyes shifted and he looked back at Lizzie. What kind of old people? Like moms and dads or grandparents?
Grandparents who don't have kids. They hate kids.
Why? We haven't done anything. Stop saying stuff like that. You're gonna upset him. You interjected quickly, hoping Cove wouldn't start crying again. He sniffled, his forehead creasing with worry. Lizzie was staring Cove down, but Cove wasn't even looking at her anymore. He didn't seem to care that she was there. He went into his own head. Shiloh was the next to speak, completely unaware of the situation.
I met Lizzie and Ari in school. You see, tons of kids once summer is over.
I don't want to go to a new school. I don't want summer to end. Shiloh looked down to the dirt. He hadn't had much luck striking up conversation with Cove.
I like summer vacation a lot too.
All the building tension in the air suddenly vanished when Lizzie laughed. At Shiloh's discomfort at how weird she thought Cove was, at something else entirely, you didn't really know, but she laughed, face scrunching up.
Okay.
Welcome to Sunset Bird Cove. Take a seat, put up your feet, and get used to it.
You offered him a small smile, and that at least looked to reassure him some. For the rest of the summer, Cove was always there. You saw him more often than Shiloh. And on some days, when she was in a bad mood or busy, you even saw him more than Lizzie. He became a staple of your everyday life, the way sun and lunch and beach were. During your first summer together, you really liked Cove. He was a fun person to play with, and he seemed to like playing with you too. Of course, that was only the start of things. Okay, so we reached the summer. So, like I said, those at the top you can play in the free version, and those at the bottom I have bought. This is probably again a good spot to end the episode here. I hope you liked it, and I'm gonna see you in the next episode. Until then, bye!